it is looking more and more like Tim Scott has a lock on the whole VP thing. He's now totally on for the big lie. But ostensibly the race is still on, and Donald Trump decided to have a little bit of fun. So he had this little meetup at Mar-a-Lago, and he brought all of the potential VPs there so that he could utterly degrade and humiliate them to their face as part of, I guess, trial by fire. It's basically like a frat hazing initiation. And so some of the things he had to say about these people, and I wish we had the audio, but unfortunately you're just gonna have to hear me do it, but is like openly insulting. Sometimes it's dismissive to the point where how do you stand there and take this? Hey, I'm glad you're here. Listen, in order for the damage report to keep on going, we need viewers like you to become a member on YouTube. Can you click the join button on YouTube today? Thank you. On Marco Rubio, he says his name is coming up a lot for vice president. He's been a senator for many, many years. That's the best thing that you can say is his name is coming up. On Tim Scott, as a candidate, he did a good job, but as a surrogate, he's unbelievable. He goes on to describe him as being boring. He literally seems to have already picked the guy for VP, and he's talking about how boring it is. For JD Vance, he wasn't a supporter of mine at the very beginning. He was saying things like, the guy's a total disaster. Anyways, I got to know him a little bit. As a non-politician, he's become one of the great senators. Well, no, I give him his due. The dude used to think that you could be America's Hitler, and he decided that it was better to be a servant of Hitler. Yeah. I think he's a great politician. I think that's exactly what America's politicians are best at. On Mike Lee, he said, I love your haircut. And he's a good man too, okay? Doug Burgum gets roasted. I didn't know this. He was a supporter of my 2 campaigns. He's a very rich man. So Doug Burgum not only is giving a bunch of money to Trump now, he apparently gave a bunch of money to Trump in the previous campaign, and Trump doesn't even know or care about him. So great job, Doug Burgum, on that.
By the way, Mike Lee, I was like, what's his haircut look like? It's just a diss at him. It's Mike Lee's basic, like he's balding. Yeah,
so messed up. On Kristi Noem, this is maybe the most fascinating thing. Not for what he said. We'll get to Byron Donalds for what he said. But for Kristi Noem, somebody that I love. She's been with me, a supporter of mine, and I've been a supporter of hers for a very long time. And that's it. There's really nothing else relevant, newsworthy to talk about when it comes to Kristi Noem. We're just moving on with our life. Anyway, he goes on to say about Byron Donalds, and this is amazing. Somebody who's created something very special politically. I totally know who he is. I like diversity, diversité, as you would say. I like diversité. Donors worth millions of dollars all want a piece of Byron. So he's, as you probably can guess from what Trump said, he's a black man. So he's done something special, super specific, and I like diversity. And then he said diversity with an accent. I like diversity with an accent. And that's all that he had to say about this black man that he's considering to make the second most powerful person in America. It's amazing, Francesca, what do you think?
Donors worth millions of dollars. This is like, is this the plot of Get Out, but Veep stakes? Like this I've got a lot of people that want to inhabit his body, and like, what is this? It's so funny if he weren't running for president.
I know, and they're all taking it because this is what you need to do to become VP. I was gonna say to gain power, but you'd only be VP. It's not power, it's power that you might get if Donald Trump keels over on the toilet someday. But other than that, no power. And by the way, maybe he'll send a mob of people to kill you. That might also happen.
True.
So
that's
fun.
true.
That's fun. Anyway,
I still think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be RFK. Still, sorry. I know we're about to wrap, but
look, if I
sorry,
probably choose RFK because I think that would help him politically.
Yeah, I think he would choose him.
But anyway, okay.
And RFK has no scruples.
No, well, I mean, I don't know about anybody in this list. I mean, Byron Donalds is very special. I did hear that once. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.